Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening, and welcome to BCIT's Big Info at Home edition. So before we begin, I'd like to first acknowledge that BCIT campuses are located on unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the territories of the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish nations. So my name is Zara L. Ottman, and I'm a program advisor for full-time studies at BCIT. Our office is made up of a team of several advisors, and we can help you answer your questions regarding the admissions process. A couple of examples include questions about entrance requirements, program details, schedules, and a lot of other details as well. So tonight I'll be moderating the session for the next 50 minutes. So this evening I will focus on program advising and the admissions process, but I encourage you to stay tuned after our session to hear from faculty from Applied and Natural Sciences as well as Health Sciences. At the end of the session, we also have Indigenous Service to conclude our evening. So we also have a number of staff available behind the scenes to answer your questions. And with that being said, if you want to ask a question, feel free to do so at the end of each segment. So there's a Q&A button. It's either located on the bottom of your screen or on the side of your screen. And we cannot hear you, so you won't be able to ask your questions through your mic. So we'll just go ahead and get started. So right now is a great time to head to school. So BCIT is one of the largest post-secondaries in BC. We offer over 300 full and part-time programs in applied and natural sciences, business and media, computing and IT, engineering, health sciences, and trades. Over 50,000 students choose BCIT each year. Our faculty work closely with industry, delivering training, providing expert advice, and helping to bring ideas to market. You'll learn from instructors that have strong industry connections and have worked in the industry that they teach into. Employers recognize the efforts that go behind achieving a BCIT credential, and they know that our grads are job ready. So BCIT programs are being delivered primarily online for fall 2020 and for winter 2021. Some programs and courses include components that require applied learning, and where that's the case, faculty will be developing remote and in-person solutions specific to the unique needs of programs, and we're taking all measures to ensure your safety and well-being. So rest assured that when you enter post-secondary, no matter what it looks like, we will continue to deliver instructor support, availability, applied instruction, collaborative experience, and industry connections that you expect from a BCIT credential. So regardless of whether your program is online, in person, or blended, it's important to note that we will and always have maintained small class sizes. So 16 to 25 students is the maximum class size you'll be in for the duration of your studies. Our small class sizes mean you'll also receive support and attention from your instructors. So these small class sizes are called cohorts, and that's essentially a small group of students. So you'll take all of your classes with that same cohort. This will give you an opportunity to collaborate, gain some practical teamwork skills, and receive support from your peers or your classmates. So we're going to talk a bit about the types of credentials that we offer. So BCIT offers certificates, diplomas, degrees, and we even have some master's degrees. But we're different than a college or university. We're a polytechnic institute, and that means that our programs focus on team-based learning and applied education. So at BCIT, we offer both full and part-time study options. So you decide which option best suits your needs. So with full-time studies, this allows you to take a full set of courses, and you're automatically registered in all of the courses that you need. For part-time studies, you do get a little bit of flexibility, so you can take a single course, and you're going to be working towards the credential at your own pace. So if there's a prerequisite and you just need it for that course, you go ahead and register. So as we can see with these figures over here, BCIT graduates have a high success rate in finding employment. So BCIT maintains strong connection to industry, and they recognize and understand the work that goes into earning a BCIT credential. So we're going to briefly talk about some of the areas of study at BCIT and some specific programs that we offer. So our first area of studies is the Applied and Natural Sciences. So here we offer over 30 programs. So the career paths in Applied and Natural Sciences are incredibly diverse. For example, you can take a program to become a sustainable resource manager, nautical sciences officer, a public health inspector, or even a provincial park ranger. We also offer the most comprehensive forensic science program in Canada. So our next area of studies is our business and media sector. So BCIT is one of the largest business and media schools in Western Canada. So we have programs that lead to professional designations in accounting, human resources, financial planning, and project management, and that's only just to name a few. We also have one of the largest, most specialized marketing programs in Canada, and we're the only institute in BC that offers a diploma in general insurance and risk management, and one in graphic communication technology. We also have a graduate certificate in business analytics. We also offer some exciting media programs. So you see the slide right over here. This is from our television and video production program. The instructor is teaching students how to use 360-degree video technology. When travel restrictions do ease, we also have some opportunities to do some international field schools. This is where you can learn, receive credit, and immerse yourself into the local culture. And up next, we've got computing and IT at BCIT. So we're the largest provincial provider of computing courses and applied diploma grads. BCIT plays a large role in supporting high-tech business here in BC. We offer over 30 different applied programs with a reputation for job-ready grads. We also offer a new industrial network cybersecurity program, and it's the first of its kind in Canada. So next, we have our many engineering programs that we offer at BCIT. So we have our fully accredited Bachelor of Engineering programs in civil, electrical, mechanical, and mining. We're also the main provider of industrial instrumentation, millwright, and power engineering programs in BC. Our Bachelor of Engineering in Mining and Mineral Resource Engineering and our Master's degree in Building Science are the only programs of their kind in Western Canada. Health Sciences is our next area of studies. So we offer over 32 health-related programs. Many of these programs are diagnostic programs with strong employment opportunities. A lot of these programs can be completed in 2 years. We also offer some specialized programs such as diagnostic medical sonography, medical radiography, and nursing. So some of these programs are advanced programs, so you'd consider them after having completed some post-secondary prerequisites. So our last area of studies is our trade, technical, and apprenticeship programs. So we offer more trades training programs than any other school in BC. So we've got some programs including electrical, carpentry, joinery, metal fabrication, piping, sheet metal, ironworking, boilermaker, marine fitting, and welding. And that's just to name a few. So I did want to talk about some student services. So we are focused on your success, especially during this time, and there are a number of key support services available to you if you need them. So the first one that I want to mention is our Student Life Office. So their mandate is to support student success and well-being throughout your student life cycle. The Student Life Office and BCIT's Student Association both apply the 8 dimensions model and provide services and resources in support of each area of this model to ensure student well-being. So the elements include intellectual, occupational, physical, financial, psychological, environmental, spiritual, and social needs to ensure a student thrives and realizes one's goals. There's also some other supports that we offer. So if you're Indigenous, BCIT Indigenous Services is there for you to ensure a smooth transition in your first year. They offer peer-to-peer mentorship, a welcoming gathering place, and provide clarification on Indigenous funding. I also encourage you to review BCIT's awards, scholarships, and bursaries. They're listed on our financial aid and awards webpage. I'd also like to mention that we have a President's Entrance Award. So selection is based on academic achievement, but also volunteer and community service. So BCIT is committed to providing assistance to students with permanent or temporary disabilities. So if you've been accepted into a program and you believe that you need some accommodation to be successful, I encourage you to connect with our Accessibility Services Department. So BCIT, we also have Student Health Services. It's a health clinic located on the Burnaby campus. So they provide medical care for current BCIT students throughout the year. So currently they're providing both phone and virtual appointments. We also have a counseling and student development department available to help you enhance your educational performance and maximize your success at BCIT. So they're currently offering virtual and phone appointments as well. So even our recreation services department is offering virtual workouts, and there's an e-sport league that you can compete in. I also did want to mention another resource, so student housing. So due to COVID-19, we have decreased our occupancy level. So the cost is $725 a month. So our student housing consists of 7 low-rise split-level houses. It's located on the Burnaby campus, just a short walk away from your classes if they're blended. So each resident has a private bedroom with shared common areas. So the housing office also provides students with free access to off-campus accommodation listings available in the community. So for more information, I do recommend that you check out their webpage, bcit.ca/housing. Okay, so we're going to talk a bit about applying to a BCIT program. So this is an example of a program landing or opening page. I'm just actually going to go into our website. So this is bcit.ca. It's our website. Our homepage is over here. There's tons of great resources that you can find on our webpage. So I'm going to focus on one. Let's say I want to apply to a program at BCIT and I'm interested in a business program. I'm going to hover over programs and courses. You can see that there's all the sectors over here that I talked about earlier. I'm going to click on business and media. I'm going to scroll down and we're just going to browse through the programs. So there's lots of ways that you can actually navigate through this page. One way is you can just scroll down. So you can look at all the programs that we offer. We do offer quite a few under business and media. Another way is to just search the program or the delivery type or credential. So this can look like if you're interested in a diploma, you just type diploma and you can review all the diplomas that we offer under business and media. You can also search delivery type. So let's say I'm interested in full-time. I'll just type that out. And then you can see all of our full-time programs as well. If you have a specific program in mind, so let's say, for example, I'm interested in accounting. So I'm going to type that out. And I'm interested in a full-time diploma. You can see that it's right over here. Something that you've probably noticed is this little globe. What this means is that this program is going to be available to international students. So I'm just going to click that. So this is the program landing page that I talked about earlier. So the overview page just kind of gives you a little idea about the program. One page that I do want to point out is program entry. The reason why I want to point it out is because you can find the entrance requirements over here. There's also lots of other information that you can find over here. The first thing is application processing. So you'll see the application dates and if there are any deadlines. I'll talk about that in a little bit. For this program specifically, applications open on October 1st. And then as you can see under entrance requirements, this program will accept students on a first qualified, first accepted basis. So this program runs under the non-competitive entry model. And so what this means is that you can go ahead and apply given that the program is accepting applications as soon as you meet the requirements. Another entry model that we have is competitive entry. And typically you'll have to have more than what's listed. So this can look like academic grades above the minimum, or even some additional post-secondary, maybe some additional work or volunteer experience. If you are not sure and the program that you're interested in does follow a competitive entry model, please feel free to reach out to program advising so we can give you some tips and tricks on how to apply to the program. We do also have trades entry programs. And so what this means is over here, you'll see that the program accepts applications on an ongoing basis. So there's no deadlines or anything. You just kind of apply to the program once you meet the requirements, and then you'll be notified of the next available intake. For competitive entry programs, please note that there will be deadlines. So that's what I mentioned earlier about deadlines. So please watch out for those. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. On this page, you can also see the intakes. So this program specifically has an intake each September. And you can actually directly apply from this page. So if you click this green Apply Now button, it's going to take you to a portal where you can sign in. So you're going to either sign into your account that you've already created, or if you don't have one, you can create one right then and there. And it's quite quick and quite easy. So you go ahead and do that. When you're applying, it's going to be entirely online. So you're going to fill out the required fields, and then at the end of your application, you're going to have an opportunity. Well, you will have to have some transcripts or some supporting documents uploaded. just to demonstrate how you meet the entrance requirements. And if it's a competitive entry program, there might be some additional documents that you would have to hand in as well. So how you can do that is you can either scan or you can take a picture of your transcripts or your documents and then upload them as PDF versions to your application. So I'm going to scroll back up. And we're going to go back to the tabs over here. We're going to go under costs and supplies. So this page will typically outline the estimated costs for books and supplies. There's also usually a link to our tuition and fees page where you can look up the fees for your program. Next, I'm going to go over the courses tab. So this tab is great. This is more particular to full-time programs where you will have the program schedule set out for you. For part-time programs, you can still see the courses outlined, but it won't be split up typically in levels because you're completing the program at your own pace. But for full-time programs, everything's set out for you. You don't have to worry about looking up the courses and trying to figure out your schedule. It's all laid out for you, and you can have a little preview of what you're going to be learning. So you can see what you're going to learn in each level as well as the course outline. It's nice that you can kind of access the content prior to learning it. Next, we're going to go to program details. So this page over here, it outlines some additional details about the program. So one thing that it outlines is the program length. You'll also find some information on accreditation, where the program is typically based out of. And next we have graduating and jobs. So this page is great. It kind of gives you an overview, or kind of tells you what jobs that you'll be getting after completing the credential. So you can look through that. There's also some statistics that you can access about employment outcomes. So for most programs, there's usually a PDF that's hyperlinked. So if you click it, it'll open up a PDF and give you some more detailed information about students who have previously completed the credential. So if you've reviewed all of these tabs over here and you still have questions, you can just click on Contact Us. So there's a form that you can fill out over here, and this form will actually be forwarded to program advising. So feel free to ask us any additional questions, or if you're not sure about something, and then we'll respond to you as soon as possible. So this is particular to current high school students. So I do realize that a lot of you are completing some of the courses that you need for these programs, but don't worry. In most cases, you can use your midterm or your final grades for the required courses. You can also, if you're from BC, you can also use your grade 11 subject final grade and then proof of registration in the grade 12 grade, or the grade 12 subject. And then for a step-by-step guide, please refer to bcit.ca/admission. So this is kind of just an overview of everything I just talked about. So applying is super easy. It's entirely online, so you can do it from home. And step one, you just got to choose your program. So again, you can go to bcit.ca, browse through the programs there. Step two, ensure that you meet the entrance requirements. So as I mentioned previously, you just have to look at the program's program entry page to review the entrance requirements there. Just remember that at BCIT, each program has its own unique entrance requirements. Step three, you prepare your application. Step four, you submit your application online. So you can either scan or take a photo of your supporting documents, upload them as PDF files, and then submit your application. So the application fee is $90 for domestic students and $154 for international students. Your last step is to check your application status. So once you've submitted your application, you just go into your My BCIT account. The current processing time, it depends on the program that you've applied to, but for non-competitive applications, it's typically between 1 to 4 weeks. And then for competitive programs, it'll be after the application deadline, so between 4 to 6 weeks. So if you still have questions, you might want to attend an online program information session. So similar to this one, but it will be unique to the program that you're interested in. And it will give you an opportunity to talk with the program instructors and staff, and you'll also get your questions answered by those who will be teaching you. We also do recommend visiting bcit.ca/experience for more resources that are available to you. So other ways to connect with us, check out our socials. So check out BCIT's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. On YouTube, there are so many resources and videos up there for you, and you can just kind of check them out and learn more about specific programs. And as I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions after today, just feel free to contact us at Program Advising. So you can give us a call Monday to Friday as indicated. You can also email us your inquiry, or you can request a virtual Zoom appointment. So you can just email that request at program_advising@bcit.ca. So as I mentioned earlier, we're able to answer questions on admissions, the application process, resources, success strategies, program schedules, and many other details as well. And if we don't have the answer for you, we can direct you to the right resource. And I did want to say thank you so much for attending and listening to our presentation this evening. So we will now move over to the Q&A portion of this segment, where we have faculty and program advisors available to answer your burning questions. At this point, you can feel free to just drop them in the Q&A.
Hello, my name is Janice Pontus. We have an overabundance of questions that are coming in. We have over 100 questions right now that we are answering live. I think what I will do is pick a few questions to answer out loud, and I'll let you know what the question is, and I'll try and answer it for you. One of the questions that we had is, can you directly go into the mechanical engineering program right out of high school? Yes, you can. It is a non-competitive program as long as you meet or exceed the minimum entrance requirements. So what you do need to do is go to the website and look at and see the specific courses that you need to be taking while you're in high school, and ensure that you meet those grades. Now, if you are in high school and applying to a program, I know that a lot of the high schools have gone to a quarterly system. So a lot of questions that we've been receiving is, how will you view my grades if I don't start taking English 12 until the final term? If you are in high school, you are able to use your grade 11, the grade 11 subject, and proof that you're registered in the grade 12 requirement when you go to apply for a program. So we will take that grade 11 grade. Let's say, for instance, you require English 12 is 67%. You can show us proof of English 11 was 60%, and proof that you're registered in English 12, and we will accept that.
Hello everyone, this is Lexi Tan, and I'm admission supervisor. Just to chime in a little bit, in addition to Janice's response, if you are currently in your grade 12 and want to meet the entrance requirement with your grade 11 final, your proof of registration in the corresponding grade 12 course can be presented in the timetable format, such as a confirmed timetable issued from your school. Thank you.
Thank you, Lexi.
No problem.
I've got another question here, and it's a really good question. It is, how is the cost of subjects formulated? And this is an especially good question for BCIT. Now, if you are speaking specifically to a full-time day school program at BCIT, you don't pay per credit or per course. You actually have a flat tuition fee per term. So there isn't really a formula per term, it's a flat tuition fee. if you're wanting more information on that, I suggest that you contact Program Advising and we can talk about that a little bit further. I've got a question here about the Electrical Foundation Program. The question is what the length of the program is and how do they divide out the hands-on and academic experience. So the Electrical Foundation Program is 24 weeks in duration, and there's a much larger component of, generally there is a larger component of applied learning than there is classroom learning in all of our technical trades. So when you finish your foundation program, a portion that will give you your first level of your electrical, your technical training in electrical, but it will also give you credit towards your first level of your electrical program as well.
I have also seen a few questions about how to tell whether a program is first qualified, first accepted, or competitive entry. You can find your answers on the program entry page. Right on the top, it should tell you whether it accepts on first qualified, first accepted basis. Some people are asking if HR program is competitive entry. However, it depends on which program you're talking about. So make sure you get a clear idea of which program you are wanting to get into, because many BCIT programs have similar program names.
That's such a good point, Lexi. Just to add to that, if you are interested in the diploma in HR, that is a competitive entry program. If you're interested in doing human resources through part-time studies, that is not competitive. So like Lexi mentioned, it does vary between the program type at BCIT as well. So you may want to contact a program advisor to discuss that further.
I did actually just want to jump in. I do see quite a few questions about programs, generally entrance requirements, the length of the program. So I will go back just into the website. I'm going to actually show you a competitive entry program just to show you how it looks different from a non-competitive program. So I'm going to go into health sciences and go into browse programs. So our nursing program is based on a competitive entry model. So again, just to highlight where you find this information for entrance requirements, you just look under the program entry tab. All programs will have these tabs located on the right-hand side. And then you just scroll down, and over here we can see application processing. We see that there's a deadline. So there's a set deadline where you'd have to submit your application, and it will say competitive entry, and it outlines additional information regarding the competition. And of course, I do recommend, as I said previously, for competitive programs, you do want to connect with a program advisor just for the most up-to-date information on how to make your application more competitive. And I also did see a couple of questions. Some people are still wondering how long it might take to complete programs. So if you go under program details, it will typically outline this information. I did see some question regarding part-time programs and how long it would take to complete those. So that actually depends on how many courses that you're taking each term. Let's say you're a student that can only take one course per term. It would take you a little bit longer than someone who's taking 3. There's also, for most programs, there is a maximum number of years you can complete the program in, so you do want to watch out for that as well.
Hi, it's Lexi again. I do see a few questions about if I can apply for a BCIT program straight from high school. Yes, there are quite a lot of BCIT programs that you can apply right straight from your high school. They don't have any secondary level entrance requirement or academic foundation entrance requirement. So you need to go into the individual program entry page to find out what's required from your high school.
There's another question here as well about upgrading, and they're asking if BCIT does offer upgrading. And yes, we do. We offer upgrading for many different subjects. But I do want to say that it is, you are able to do upgrading through a continuing education center close to home, and that is equally considered on your application when you apply. So upgrading for most people right now should be free of charge. So if you don't meet that particular grade or didn't take a particular subject, at BCIT, you're not penalized for that. So you would just go and do the upgrading at a continuing education center close to home.
Hi, I just got a coworker reminded us that we still have some questions about how can a student apply with their grade 11 final marks and what they need to submit. So what you need to submit first of all is your transcript from your high school. It can be one that is downloaded from the Ministry of Education, even though it's an unofficial one. BCIT takes it because it's a special measure that we have implemented during the pandemic. We want to clear off as much roadblocks as possible. So you can use your unofficial high school transcript issued from the ministry that shows all your courses that you have taken in high school, including your grade 11 final grades, and the proof of registration in the grade 12 level course that you're currently taking, such as an English 12 that you're taking. Then that should be submitted through some documentation such as a timetable, a confirmed timetable issued from your school. So 2 pieces of documentations. One is your transcript, the other one is proof of registration in the grade 12 course. In addition to that, some students may want to wait until they have their grade 12 midterms ready to apply for a competitive entry program because they think they can get a better grades in their grade 12 midterm. You can wait until then too. So the submission of the grade 12 midterm should be in the form that BCIT provides. If you are wondering where is the form, you can type in the search bar midterm submission, and it will take you to the midterm submission form. And I also see some applicants are asking about how can I transfer into BCIT and how do I get my transfer credit because I have attended other post-secondaries. While BCIT does not grant transfer credit upfront, but we do offer advanced placement into many of our programs. So you may want to type in the search bar to find out advanced placement and then whether it's offered in the program of your interest. So if you don't want to get into advanced placement and you're just wanting to get into the entry level, the transfer credit can be applied after you have gained acceptance into the entry level of the program. And of course, it has to be looked at on a course-by-course basis. Some questions from students who have attended adult basic education. They're asking if we take courses taken through adult basic education. Yes, we do take it. You have to present, you have to upload your transcript issued from the school board or issued from the Ministry of Education to support your application. Some inquiries about academic foundations courses for School of Health Science programs. People are asking how they can take the academic foundation programs. Well, you can take it at BCIT. We do offer quite a few of them. And also you can take it in other post-secondaries. If you want to take it from BCIT, you can just search the course title and get yourself registered. You don't need to apply for the nursing or the sonography program in order to take the academic foundation programs. It's open registration.
I see a lot of questions about recency of entrance requirements. One here says, I graduated in 2006. Do I meet the entry requirements for the program? It really depends on the program that you're choosing. You need to look under program entry. Some of the programs will indicate that they require a 5-year recency. For instance, many of our health sciences programs, you will have to have those high school entrance requirements done within the last 5 years, or post-secondary entrance requirements done within those 5 years. There are many non-competitive programs, though, that don't have that those 5-year recencies. For instance, our School of Business programs require an English 12, most require an English 12 with 67% and a Math 11 with 67%. Even if you've done those in 2006, you are certainly welcome to apply to those programs, and if there was a seat, you would be accepted.
All right, so we are going to end our Q&A session over here. We're still going to be on answering your questions. We're just going to take a 10-minute break, and I just wanted to thank you so much for attending the first segment of Big Info tonight, and we will carry on with the session after our 10-minute break.